Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Welcome to Mellon Middle School. For those of you that I don't know, my name is Chris Wolfson. I'm the principal here at Mellon Middle School. And tonight is sort of like one more time. Tonight's a very special concert for us. Tonight marks the final concert for an amazing music educator and somebody that means so much to me and to Mellon Middle School. So to get the particulars out of the way quickly, make sure that cell phones are silenced and all of that good stuff. I am sure you are in store for a wonderful show tonight. So with that, I hope you enjoy. And I'd like to introduce, very special to Mellon Middle School, our band director, Miss Louise Marino.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be back here in front of everybody tonight, and thank you so much for coming out. All these tall people on these microphones, honestly. The next selection you're about to hear is a great little blues piece called the Midday Blues, and we actually had a lot of fun putting this together, and I think for many of the kids, this became one of their favorite pieces. We have a lot of different elements to this piece that I think you'll notice some character changes in the melodies as we go through this. So once again, this is called the Midday Blues. This next selection, I honestly think they did it for me. So we were trying to decide between some pieces of music, and they have come to know that I love all things Snoopy. And one of the suggestions that they made after the winter concert, I give them the opportunity to give me some feedback about some music that they would maybe like to play for the spring concert. And so one of the songs on their list was the Snoopy theme, which many of them did not know is actually called Linus and Lucy, written by the great Vince Guaraldi. And so we put this together, and it's been a lot of fun working with them. on this, and I need to recognize a few people here before we get started with this song. So this piece actually has a drum set part to it, and if you look in the program, there's quite a few sixth grade drummers in there. And so when you have one part, that means that some people, might be left out of this, and that does not happen easily because I don't want anybody to sit on the sidelines. So actually, we have three different sections of sixth grade band, and in each one of the sections, I had at least one of the drummers that plays drum set. And so last week we did an audition during class, and these four individuals that kind of threw their hat into the ring and said, "Miss Marino, I'd like to try for the drum set part." And I said, okay. They've been practicing it for a couple months. We did the audition last week, and I had to narrow it down to two people, and one for tonight's performance, and then one for tomorrow's school assembly, and then there were two other people, unfortunately, that we can only do 2 concerts here, so unfortunately they didn't make it. But I relied heavily on these people in the preparation of this music, and I feel that I need to recognize all of them. So I want to give a special shout out to Delaney Graybill and Cooper Pretch. And tonight you're hearing the drum set played by Vinnie Mansell. And tomorrow morning at our school assembly, Anders Lierich will be playing it. And I had to confess to the 6th grade, especially to my flutes and my first and second clarinet players on this. Most 6th grade band directors wouldn't touch this piece, because it's probably not really a 6th grade band piece. And these folks have worked their tails off to learn this part. And I told them that today. I shared that little secret with them that, yeah, this is a little harder than you should be playing, but I always believe in setting the bar high, and they rose to it. So here's Linus and Lucy. while we're doing a scene change up here, this next selection is a piece written by Randall Standridge, who's one of the more up-and-coming, prolific composers of band and orchestra music. And he's written some really amazing stuff over the years. And this piece is a really cool little arrangement of a piece that is meant to be depicting a moonlit night riding through a darkened forest where the shadows stretch out across the ground and the wind howls, and you might hear an owl hooting, and suddenly a twig snaps behind you, and you race into the darkness, fleeing from whatever made that sound. And this was actually commissioned by a high school band in Colorado. High school. But it's really cool, and you're going to hear some really neat effects in it. And I need to give a special shout out to my good friend and colleague, Mrs. Marlo Rankin, who is playing the keyboard for me on this. And I hope you enjoy Dark Ride. Unfortunately, the longest part of this concert is moving personnel around. So let me get the sixth grade off. We're going to bring the seventh grade up, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much. We're ready to move on now. Our first selection is a piece called Sentinels, and I think you're going to enjoy it. There's a lot of different elements to this piece. There's a fugue part, a canon, if you will, or a round, if it's a more familiar term, that you'll hear the interplay between the different sections throughout this piece, and it's a really cool piece. I hope you enjoy it. So the students really love to play rhythmically charged, fast-paced songs. It's something that they enjoy. And they always get super excited about those pieces. But as I have tried to explain to them, music can't always be fast-paced and exciting and rhythmic, and sometimes an audience just needs a moment to go, ah, that's nice. And so this next selection was picked with that in mind, and I think everybody in here pretty much would know the theme to this song, but here's our version of Shenandoah. Enjoy your ah moment. I need to give a special shout out to one of my 8th grade musicians who I really put on the spot and asked them to do me a really big favor, and that is Charlotte Houghton. About 15 minutes before the concert started, I asked her to sight read the horn part for that song, and she did really well. So thank you, Char, for helping us out. So this next piece. Anybody in here ever heard of Rube Goldberg? Ah, yeah, okay. Well, this piece is actually supposed to be a musical rendition or a musical, shall we say, version of a Rube Goldberg machine and how it might work with a whole bunch of really bizarre stuff going on in the midst of it. And in the percussion section, you're going to hear some really different percussion instruments. Let me give you a quick little preview. Evan, give me a ratchet there. So you can hear some ratchet sounds. Stuart, we got some car brake drums going on back there. Evan, what's that other instrument that you're playing back there? Oh yeah, the bicycle horn. Yeah. Cora, what do you got back there? Oh yeah, can of bolts. And RJ, what do you got back there? He's got a box of all kinds of stuff in it. It's called a crash box. So you're going to hear some of those very interesting instruments being played during this piece called Thingamajig. All right. Oh, I forgot. There was one other instrument back there. Hey, Abby Cersei, where are you? Hold up the other instruments that you were playing on that song. I almost forgot about these. Abby Cersei, hold up the instruments you were just playing on Thingamajig. For everybody to see. Oh, yeah, pots and pans. I've been without these pots for months. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, I need you guys to help me out a little bit here tonight, if you wouldn't mind. Sometimes I can't always plan, how these dates line up on the concert, and unfortunately, I scheduled a concert on the day of one of my students' birthdays, and so one of my 7th grade trumpet players, Jason Murray, has a birthday, and if you wouldn't mind helping me out, we should probably wish him a birthday since I'm keeping him from his family celebration, and he's probably not going to get any cake now. But so would you do me a favor and wish Jason a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Jace. Our final selection, again, is one that the kids picked, and this is our version of All-Star. And they're all-stars. It's scene change time again. Give us a moment. Thank you so much. We're ready to begin again. Nothing like a Spanish march for a warm-up. That is actually one of the two pieces that we took to our adjudication back on May 24th, and we were very successful that day. The students, again, very fortunately, all three of our 8th grade music ensembles here at Mellon earned superior ratings that day at our High Notes Festival and Adjudication, and we're very proud of that. This is, thank you, yes. it's a really neat experience for the kids to go, and they actually get feedback from judges that, they hear me say all this stuff all the time, and, sometimes it doesn't sink in, but when they hear someone else say it, all of a sudden, oh, well, that makes sense. Go figure. At any rate, the next selection that we're doing for you, called Echoes in the Woods, is the second piece that we did at adjudication. And it is a completely different vibe. I hope you enjoy it. Abram Hippolito, solo clarinet. Oboe solo, Charlotte Liu. Flute solo, Ava Dobbins. That piece is a bear. Next up, this was in the running to go to adjudication, but I decided that was the Echoes in the Woods was a better fit for showcasing their talents. So this next piece, a piece called Cumberland Falls Overture, just another one of those moments. You're going to hear some different quotes in this one, though. If you listen very carefully, about midway through the song, you're going to hear some quotes from some famous music, orchestral music in there. Maybe a little Appalachian Spring, some simple gifts weaved in there. So enjoy. Listen carefully. So I need to give their chops a little bit of a break, and I have to take care of some business. But before I do that, I want to recognize a couple people. Trumpet soloist on Cumberland Falls, Toby Stauffer. And even though he's not a baritone player, Brady Miller playing the solo baritone line. Brady. Oboe, Charlotte Liu. Flute, Ava Dobbins. Clarinet, Abram Hippolito. This is the part of the evening that I hate the worst. I know I say this every year. Those of you who've been here know that this is somewhat painful because I can't give every single one of these kids behind me one of these. And they deserve it. But some deserve it a little bit more than others. Because it takes a lot of dedication and commitment, practice, perseverance, attention to detail. All of these things are attributes that the recipients of the Director's Award need to possess. And this year, I had a particularly difficult time in determining who was going to receive these awards tonight. And it came down to two people, and I couldn't decide. They're both tremendous musicians. They both will do anything and everything that I ask of them. They are the consummate band member. They put themselves behind the band all the time. The band is always to the fore. And so for that reason, this evening's recipients of the Director's Award for Band goes to two very deserving individuals. The first, 8th grade percussionist Bruno Kohler. The second recipient, again, whenever, whatever, including tonight. Miss Charlotte Houghton. So each of these individuals have received a plaque from me, and there will also be a name plaque that will be installed in the band room where all of the previous Director's Award winners for Mellon Middle School have been hanging on the wall in the band room, and their names will be added to that plaque in the band room, and their names will their names will continue in infamy forever and ever. Before we do our final number tonight, I would like to take the opportunity to thank the members of the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade bands for a tremendous year. It's been a lot of fun. There have been some moments where you probably wanted to kill me. The feeling is mutual. But you know what I always say, threats with love. And I do mean that sincerely. Deepest of love and affection for all of you. And I know I talked to most of my classes about this today, but I'm going to just remind them all. Music is part of your soul. Don't ever lose it. Always keep it with you, no matter what you do. Music is part of your soul. It is part of your soul. Music gets you through the hard times. You celebrate with it, but it is part of your soul. Keep making music so that other people will always have that with them. Because you are the future of music. And I want you to remember that always. Music is part of your soul. And now we're going to get down and we're going to do some soul and play some Stevie Wonder for you. Ronan Amin, alto saxophone solo, Ronan. Trombone solo, Silas Schilling. We have one more piece for you, but I think I'm getting booted. So.
Where'd you want me to put this? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, families, friends, and fans of Mellon Band. My name is Bruno Kohler, and on behalf of the 8th grade band, we appreciate you here tonight to not only hear our performance, but to honor Miss Marino. When the pandemic hit, the 8th grade band had just begun practicing their instruments in the 4th grade band class. Our spring concerts were canceled that year, as well as the concerts for the 5th grade band the following year. That means that Miss Marino had the challenge of assembling all of the 6th grade musicians who had never truly played together before and teaching us how to become a band. With humor, threats with love, and an inflatable hammer, Miss Marino transformed us from soloists to a community of musicians. She dedicates extra time before and after school to make sure each of us are ready to perform. She guides us with her conductor's baton and with her heart. Miss Marino has not inspired us in the classroom, but outside of the classroom as well. We all tuned into the Rose Bowl and Macy's parades, where she marched as a teacher to see her proudly play her trumpet in the band director's marching band. Seeing Miss Marino perform in bands herself makes us proud to perform for a talented and enthusiastic musician. 38 years is a lot of time to devote to teaching, especially mostly middle school. Mount Lebanon is fortunate to have Marino lead the marching and Mellon bands during her time here. I know Miss Marino is looking forward to golfing and skiing after retirement, but she also plans to continue share her love of music through playing with her various bands, performing taps for veterans' funerals, and maybe even taking up the mandolin. As a token of our appreciation, Miss Marino, we have a card that is bigger than you. We also have a Snoopy wind chime to commemorate your biggest loves, Snoopy and music. Think of us when you hear it when you're sitting on your porch this fall instead of here at school. Miss Marino, you will be missed by the Mellon Band and the entire Mellon community, as well as all of Mount Lebanon. And it is an honor to say that we played our first concert with you and played your last concert with you as well. Thank you and congratulations on a well-earned retirement. I've got a giant card for you. Yeah.
I'm told I should open this now. It's signed by all of them, and teachers are a force for good. Thank you for making such a big difference. Thank you.
I'd just like to give another big thanks to Miss Marino. Over these past 3 years at Mellon, she's been such a great band teacher, and I wish you all the best.
So I wrote this in first person too, so I should probably face you when I read this. Ms. Marino, your impact on our lives has been truly profound. There aren't words to express how much we all thank you for the 3 years that we've had as not only your students, but your peers, kinsmen, and fellow eager music makers. A typical day in class with you is not just rehearsal. It's dynamic learning, active engagement, and vibrant participation. Whenever the band struggles with the fundamental aspect of music, such as rhythm, transposition, or dynamics, you not only address the issue, but go the extra mile. You rush to the board and give us a full-on crash course, ensuring that every member of the band has an adept understanding of the concept before moving back to rehearsal. Remember the rhythm exercise we had to do that came from a single measure in the trombone part of our Stevie Wonder arrangement? That hands-on approach not only sharpens our technical skills, but also deepens our appreciation for music, making every class a memorable and enriching experience. And let's not forget those moments when you'd say, "Let's take it from the top." While we frantically flipped through our sheet music, we knew you weren't just referring to the beginning of the piece. It felt like you were pushing us to reach the peak of our potential. Your encouragement ensured that we always aimed high, even if we occasionally hit a few wrong notes along the way. Gathering here today, we are incredibly grateful for the countless hours, dedication, and passion you have poured into your teaching. While we celebrate your incredible career and the positive impact you've had on so many lives, we'll deeply miss your presence, guidance, and enthusiasm in the classroom. Your retirement marks the beginning of a new chapter filled with well-deserved opportunities and adventures. We wish you the very best and hope this next phase brings you as much joy and fulfillment as you have given to all of us. Just remember, Ms. Marino, retirement is your chance to enjoy the rest. No more rushing through them. Wait. I have one more paragraph. You've shown us what it means to be passionate and dedicated, even when you refuse to give us the sheet music to the Angry Birds theme or Hey Taxi. You inspire us to strive for excellence in everything we do. Please know how much you've shaped our lives and how deeply we appreciate everything you've done for us. We'll miss you greatly. Thank you for being an exceptional teacher. We wish you only happiness and fulfillment in your journey ahead.
Miss Marino understood that. It's kind of, you have to read it, but okay. Being caffeinated is a free space.
That's a good one. Thank you. Personal bingo card. All right, I told you we had one more number for you, and this is actually for them. So over the last couple of weeks, we were talking about, do we need one more piece of music? Let's talk about what we want to do, and we came up with some ideas. And for whatever reason, it was last year, right? Yeah. Last year, we did this song called Irish Jig for Young Feet. And for whatever reason, they absolutely loved this song. And they kept pestering me, Miss Marino, let's do this. I was like, oh, we did this already. And we picked a couple other pieces, and I kind of half-heartedly rehearsed them, knowing full well that I was going to give them this music, and we were going to play it for you tonight. So we're going to close the show tonight with a reprise of Irish Jig for Young Feet, written by a very good friend of mine, Dr. Travis Weller, who teaches at Messiah College out in the eastern part of PA. But before we play this song for you, I have just a little unattended business that I have to take care of. First of all, I would like to thank all of my colleagues here tonight. And yes, I see some of you out there in the audience, and your presence here for my final hurrah is deeply appreciated. I also see the faces of several of my kids in the audience. And for those of you who came to the final performance tonight, your presence here tonight means a great deal to me. Because as you read in the program, each and every one of these children are always and forever my kids. And it doesn't matter how old they are. And some of my kids are still giving me kids to teach. The circle continues. But I would like to say a great thank you to Dr. Wolfson and to Dr. Mahalski for your unwavering support for all these many years. It's been greatly appreciated, and I'm a fortunate person to be able to work in a school district like Mount Lebanon, where I'm supported by the school board, the administration, and first and foremost, you, the parents. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'd also like to extend a very warm welcome to my successor here at Mellon Middle School, Mr. Jason Cheskowich. Mr. Cheskowich is a wonderful educator, an amazing musician, a phenomenal teacher, and I am very happy and confident knowing that somebody with his expertise, care, and knowledge is going to take care of my kids when I leave. And for that, I am grateful. So, in a very short time, Mr. C, they're all yours. And so now we're going to finish up. Oh, wait, nope, there's more.
Hello, everyone. For those that don't know me, I'm Kristen Weir. I'm the president of the Mellon PTA here, and I'm honored to be here tonight to present Miss Marino with the highest honor that the PTA can bestow. The National PTA Life Achievement Award is presented to a person who daily lives out their commitment to children. It also serves as a recognition and a thank you for an individual who goes above and beyond for all of the children in their care. The awardee acts as a tireless advocate for children's education, health, and well-being. The recipient of this award receives a certificate of recognition, a lapel pin, and a congratulation letter from the PTA National President. I truly cannot think of another individual more worthy of receiving the award for your 30-plus years commitment to our children in our school district's music program. So without further ado, and on behalf of the Mellon PTA, I present to you Ms. Louise Marino, the National PTA Life Achievement Award. Congratulations.
Good evening. I'm Katie Graybell. I'm taking off my teacher hat and my PTA hat tonight, and I'm with you as a very proud band parent of the past 4 years and also a former student of Miss Marino's. So this is a gift on behalf of the current and former band families. We're very proud to present you with a memory book of pictures and notes, some gifts, and a scholarship donation. to keep the love and the music going. Thank you.
And now, Irish jig for young feet. Thank you. Now look what you all made me do. Thank you so much, everybody. Just a few notes here, some business that has to be attended to. Students, remember, tomorrow morning, take 2. We have to do this again first thing tomorrow morning. So, quick reminder, 6th grade band, instruments and cases, over to the right side in the band room, over by the practice rooms, right side of the band room. 7th grade, instruments in the cases, left side of the band room, left side over by the windows, okay? 8th grade, instruments to the storage room. 7:45, report to homeroom, let the teacher know you're here, come directly to the auditorium. What time? What are you going to do before you come to here? Check in with your homeroom teacher. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great evening.